Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be comparing the Ford F-150 Tremor to the Ford F-150 Raptor because these trucks are the same price. In fact, that Tremor is actually more expensive than the Raptor when it comes to the MSRP pricing. So now you gotta answer the question, which one do you buy at this point? Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Carl Malone Ford here in Park City for giving me some time with both the trucks. Link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check what they have. Link to my car buying guide as well. Let's get right into it. Under the hood of the Tremor is a naturally aspirated 5-liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 15 around town and then 20 in the highway, with power outputs being 400 horsepower and then 410 pound-feet of torque. Powering the Raptor is a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 14 around town and then 18 on the highway, with power outputs being 450 horsepower and then 510 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the Tremor, you guys can see you've got the cool hood vent pieces there. They make it unique. You've got the gold trim, and you've got this modular bumper. It looks like the same bumper you have on the Raptor or on the 37 package Raptor. Not sure if it's the same bumper, but it looks pretty much the same. Anyways, you can see the recovery points and all of that. I love how this is just hollow in here. Look at this. It's literally just an open space. Anywho, you can see with the Raptor, got those decals on the hood, you've got the giant bulge there in the center, and then look at the marker lights in orange, and then you can see you've got the standard bumper here with the Raptor. Both of them have skid plate protection, but there is the front end of both the trucks. Now this is going to be a big difference. Raptor 35s wrapped around 17-inch wheels, you can get 37s. The Tremor 33s wrapped around 18-inch wheels, that's the only option. So a lot less sidewall compared to the Raptor. I mean, you can really see it. I mean, you look at the tire there compared to the Raptor, and the Raptor's got quite a bit more going on. The Raptor also has the wider fenders and fender flares, so you've got the whole wide body, whereas this has the standard body with the F-150. And you can really see the difference when you look at that kind of angle right there. You can see with the mirrors, both of them have the off-road side steps, which is cool. And then again, you can see the difference in the width of the trucks in the back there. And then this is a huge difference. The Tremor has leaf springs and twin tube shocks in the back. The Raptor has multi-link, and then it's got the live valve Fox shocks. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on the beds because they're pretty much identical. You guys can see here with the lights, outlet, all of that. And the back of the Raptor, got the tailgate step, and then this automatically raises up. And then popping over to the Tremor, you can see pretty much the same setup here. And then this one has the new style of tailgate. So it's like the barn door tailgate. It's a little bit different. But yeah, not too big of a difference, I guess. And then you can see the recovery points on that. Same thing with the Raptor at the bottom. Both have dual exhaust tips. So there's a lot more similarities than differences, but there are obviously big differences, suspension being one of them. Now the cab space is going to be identical with both of them, but I want to show you guys the difference with the seats here in the back. So here's the Tremor seats, kind of like interior in the back. And this is a Lariat Tremor. Got like the gold accenting and all of that. And pop straight over to the Raptor. So you can see that the door panel design is pretty much the same, just different colored stitching, right? I guess that's a little bit, I'll double check the padding in the Tremor. This might be a little bit different. And then you can see the seats are a little bit different with the design here. So you've got like these inserts on them. But yeah, both luxurious. But let's quickly check that. That's such a random thing, but I feel like they, yeah, it is different material. Different material. Now the same theme continues to the front of the Tremor here. You see automatic for the windows, got power folding mirrors, all that, memory seats, blind spot running with the mirrors. Interesting to compare the payload. So the Tremor's 1384. And then here's the front seat, Tremor logo on it, all that gold accenting, even with the American flag. And then this is cool with the dash trim here. And then quickly close this. You notice we got a full digital gauge cluster here. And the Tremor does have some off-road drive modes. The biggest one is rock crawl. It also has off-road though. And I like the steering wheel. Pay attention to the steering wheel because this will be a big design difference between both of the trucks, is kind of how the steering wheel is and everything. This is just standard F-150 steering wheel. And then you can see 360 camera system. We've got stuff like off-road cruise control. We've got an advanced four-wheel drive system, 2-speed transfer case. You've got a rear locking diff, heated cooled seats, heated steering wheel, dual zone climate. You can see wireless phone charging pad. Got some cup holders here. Big center console. Double glove box, nice trim there with the glove box. And then we've got a power sliding rear window, so just press that. And we'll do that section. And then we've got a big panoramic sunroof. So popping over to the Raptor, yeah, this trim is different. Everything else is the same. Payload is 1324 on the Raptor. And then you got the Raptor seats with, again, the red stitching. Kind of differentiate it. The bolstering's a little bit more aggressive on the Raptor here on the side. You can see it pops up a little bit more. And then popping in, quickly start her up. Of course, we got our Built Ford Tough animation. And the Raptor has its own drive modes. Biggest one that it does have that the Tremor doesn't is Baja mode. And then obviously has a Raptor for the animations as well. And you guys can hear it as an active exhaust, so the exhaust can get louder or quieter depending on the drive mode. Different steering wheel in the Raptor. So you've got like the big chunky design with the paddle shifters there in the back. So that's different. And then obviously it has the Raptor logo there at the bottom. So I mean, the steering wheel is probably the biggest difference with the interior. This has all the same equipment, so like 360 camera system. You've got the off-road cruise control, advanced four-wheel drive system. Something to mention, the Tremor has a Torsen front. This has an active braking system now with the Raptor. Not sure why they switched to that, but that's how it is. Dual zone climate, heated and ventilated seats, all of that. You can see the shifter's just a little bit of a different color. Same thing with like stitching on the center. And when I say color, I mean the stitching. And then the glove box a little bit different. And this is even. This has, as you can see, panoramic sunroof and all that. Now this is the crazy part. That Tremor stickers for about $83,000. That Raptor stickers for about $82,000. So the Tremor is in fact more money. Let's sum things up with this comparison. Let's talk about visibility in the Tremor before we set off. Here's over the hood, both the mirrors. And thrust through. We're gonna go for a short drive here with the Tremor. Just a quick disclaimer, using this Tremor driving for the Tremor review and for the F-150 Raptor comparison too. Just so that we're all clear on that. Turning radius ain't too bad. Still got pickup truck turning radius though. That is certain. So 5.0 V8 Tremor. This is a cool truck. I think this is the way to order the Tremor, is with the 5.0 V8. Because first off, I did a fuel economy comparison and I found that the 5.0 in the real world pretty much gets the same fuel economy as the 3.5. So you've got that. And then on top of that, this sounds better, more simplistic than a twin turbo 3.5 liter V6. And I don't know. It makes it very appealing. And you can supercharge it. If you got that itch where you need to have lots of power, you can do that with this for a lot less than a Raptor R. Now, we're at about 7,000 feet here. And so we are going to have some power loss with this 5.0 V8. Just because of the elevation. But it ain't bad. Oh, this ride quality is so nice. This drives really well. And the engine's just smooth. Gonna do cooled seat there. Ford added automatic seats. Interesting. Forgot about that. Yeah, it's smooth with the power delivery, smooth with the ride. This is a nice truck. This is a really nice truck, which, I mean, you'd hope so for over $80,000. It's crazy how expensive these modern pickup trucks have gotten. But and the engine's just nice, low. Get this nice low growl, you know, and it's not crazy at all. Yeah, just a little transition there. It's nice. This truck drives really well. And the one thing that I will say that I like about filming on holidays like today, there's no traffic. There's no traffic. Okay, I'm gonna get into it a little bit here. Oh, just listen to that. Yeah, it's not as torquey as the EcoBoost. It takes a little bit more time to get up and running. And that obviously, you know, I didn't put my foot into the pedal enough for it to fully downshift, so you gotta take that into account too. But it sounds so good. And it's just this linear, just nice linear feel. There's no drop off. Like when you're driving a turbo engine, you always get that little drop off. Not with this. So putting it all together, 5.0 V8 Tremor. Well, the only real truck that competes against this at this point is the Silverado with the Trail Boss and the 6.2 V8. And I think this is a nicer truck. That's a nice truck too, but just with the equipment they offer with this, I guess you could say GMC Sierra AT4X, or AT4 rather, with the, you do AT4X too with the 6.2 V8. Solid. But yeah, those trucks are better had in diesel. So if you're gonna go V8, I think the Ford's the way to go. Let me know what you think about the 5.0 Tremor. Let's talk about visibility in the Raptor. It's over the hood, both mirrors. Tip the rest through here. So, setting off in the Raptor. I've got it in Baja exhaust mode, because, you know, that's the way to do it. And right off the bat, it feels big. It feels bigger than the Tremor. You can, yeah, just the extra width. This feels like heavier too. Now, the Tremor had that clean 5.0 V8 sound. This doesn't sound bad for a V6, but it ain't as good sounding as that 5.0 V8. Well, let's leave it at that. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, better cool me down seats. But yeah, it drives well. It's a little bit cushier on road compared to the Tremor, but I think a big part of that's the tires. You don't really get a huge benefit out of these shocks until you go over a big bump. Then that's where you'll notice the Tremor will be lacking compared to the Raptor. Yeah, the steering's a little bit busier. And these shocks, they're constantly adjusting, but it's also kind of moving the truck a little bit, so you gotta react a little bit more with this. Yeah, transition might have been less pronounced in the Raptor. Suspension just doesn't care as much. Man, the steering really does fight you in the Raptor. Probably a little bit faster than the Tremor. Doesn't sound as good, but it sounds fine. Seat comfort's pretty similar. Man, this is a tough choice. I think most people are going to say Raptor out of this comparison, because it does look cooler. It's a Raptor. And, you know, I would give more credit to the Tremor if the payload wasn't so low. Or should we say the Raptor payload's so high for a Raptor? I mean, that's just such a minimal payload difference. Now, the Tremor's still going to have a higher towing capacity, so you do get that going for the Tremor. But yeah, it's that V8 makes me want to say Tremor, but when I just look at things with what the Raptor offers with its truck capabilities, it's just a better value at this price point. Ram's doing the same thing with the Rebel and the RHO, where they're so close in price. I don't know why these manufacturers are doing this. But yeah, I'll pick the Raptor, but let me know which one you'd pick.